be sparking and rushing, man, like inside the dark, call me Bill Snatcher. Just a brother for the rapture. I hang live, holding on strong, hard to capture. Extravagant, resurrect the track and it's militant. And I react like a convict and start killing. It's manifesting. The gods work like appliances, dealing in my sacred life.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? So today I want to have a conversation with you guys about a huge revelation that we got in the latest Boruto episode, which is the fact that Urashiki is proclaiming that he can actually see the future. Now, a lot of people have had discussions about whether or not Urashiki is actually seeing into the future, and I believe it was Anime Boasted who said if Urashiki possesses this type of an ability, then why is it that he's seemingly struggling to take out the QB chakra of Kid Naruto? And I gotta say this, right? So I went back and I rewatched the episode and the next episode preview, just looking for a close observation to try and see if there was any type of foreshadowing for this, and I've kind of come to the conclusion that I really feel like this is going to be one of those moments where Urashiki is just basically displaying a amped up version of his rinnegan's abilities. Now, I'm not saying he can see the future. I don't think that that's the case. I really think that the route that they're going is a bit more of paying homage to what you got in the first arc of Naruto, so in the Land of Waves arc, where you had Kakashi at various points telling Zabuza that I can see your future, I can see into the future. I know every move you're gonna make before you actually make it, and it's because he has a fully matured 3 Tomoe Sharingan that allows him to predict the movements of his target by looking at the muscle twitches and everything. And so when you look at Urashiki, given the fact that he's got a rinnegan, I don't think that that's gonna be something that's too big of a stretch. I think that that's probably what Urashiki is doing. I think that that's probably gonna be something that allows Boruto and Kid Naruto and everybody to essentially outsmart him, because look at the time period that this is set in. They're setting this during the events of part 1 of Naruto, where there was a heavy emphasis placed on the fact that you don't just run straight in and just brawl with your opponents. You discern what they're doing, you look at all their movements, you break everything down. There's more emphasis on strategy. Don't get me wrong, the second part of the series, Shippuden, did focus on that, like as seen in the Sasuke versus Deidara fight, but in part 1 they took the time to explain step by step a lot of the things that are going on, like, oh, this is your jutsu, this is the weakness of it, I found it out once you did this, and I came up with the countermeasure and planned like 6,000 moves ahead. That's basically what you got in the first part of the series. I think that that's why a lot of fans like the first part of the series, just my personal opinion, but I think that because we're doing a nostalgia trip, that they had to slip that in there. Now, I know someone is going to say, well, you got to play devil's advocate. Do you think that he could actually see the future? So to that, I will say this. We do know that the Sasuke are pretty interesting, because one of the things that Momoshiki says to Boruto after Boruto defeats him is that it's a shame that you can't see into the future. You can't see your own fate. And Momoshiki says that you have an interesting future lying ahead of you. And so when you look at what Momoshiki is saying, and if you take it at face value, I could totally understand why people say, okay, well, Momoshiki could clearly see into the future. And given how Boruto appears to have a prophecy, and in the manga it feels like that prophecy is on its way to coming true, I mean, there might be some validity to that. There might be some validity. I am aware of the spoiler image that's out about a new villain in the series. Whether or not that's Urashiki or not, I don't know. I will say this: if it does end up being Urashiki, and if Urashiki does have the ability to see into the future, I think that the one thing we have to look at is the fact that there is going to be some type of a weakness for it. And I definitely think that you could see someone like Sasuke or Jiraiya or Boruto or Naruto, one of those characters who's battling against Urashiki. I definitely think that they're going to discover the weakness and they're going to be able to counter it. But I want to know from you guys, do you think that giving a character the ability to see into the future, even if it's only a few extra minutes, is a bit too overpowered? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. As always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.